Hello friends, welcome back to She's in Her Apron. Today I'm going to be sharing with you slow cooker recipes that you can make ahead of time for the week and turn them into freezer meals. So today's recipes are slow cooker pepper steak, slow cooker sausage and peppers, and slow cooker sweet and sour meatballs. Yum. This was a hit with my man. I love using my slow cooker. It is my favorite thing in my kitchen, hands down. I'm gonna share how you can make these ahead or put them straight to your freezer to have at a later date. One thing that can set us up for success to have dinners on the table every night or at least 5 days out of the week is to make ahead or prep your meals. You could prep your veggies and have them all ready to go, or you could go ahead and assemble your meals, store them in your refrigerator, and then just take one out, plop them in your slow cooker or oven for the week so you're ready to go. If you don't want to do that and you don't have the room in your refrigerator but have the room in a freezer, you could go ahead and throw these meals in a gallon Ziploc bag and stick them in your freezer. Either way, you've got dinner ready. If you're gonna use them as freezer meals, all you need to do is take them out of the freezer the day before, get the thawing process going in your refrigerator or in a bowl of water, and then plop them in your slow cooker the next morning. Now don't be afraid if your chicken or your meatballs or your steak is still a little frozen. It's going to be fine. You're just gonna up your cooking time just a little bit. All right, let's jump into these recipes. They were all winners. They were all delicious, and I'm excited to share these with you. This recipe is slow cooker pepper steak, and you're gonna need 1 to 1.5 pounds of round steak. Because of the meat shortage, I was only able to get 1 pound, so this is what we're gonna work with. You're gonna need 1/4 cup of flour, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and 1/2 teaspoon of pepper, 1 small onion diced, 4 to 5 garlic cloves. I just chopped those up. I have a bell pepper diced up and a red bell pepper diced up. You'll need a 16-ounce can of Italian style tomatoes. This is just basically diced or chopped. They're some smaller pieces of tomatoes and some big pieces of tomatoes. 1 tablespoon of beef bouillon, 1 tablespoon of steak seasoning, 1 tablespoon of steak sauce, and 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. Okay, let's prepare it for the freezer bag. Okay, I already labeled my bag. So we're going to get the steak all floured up. So I'm gonna add this in here, try to separate them good. We're gonna shake this bag up with the flour, the salt, and the pepper. Okay, I'm gonna add the 1/4 cup of flour. I'm gonna switch to the ground pepper instead of the grinding one. 1/2 teaspoon of salt and 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. And we're going to shake this up in this bag. Today I'm using a bowl as my stand instead of the Ziploc bag holders. Okay, and then we're just gonna start adding everything. Okay, I'm gonna add a tablespoon of that steak seasoning, teaspoon of the beef bouillon, red pepper, and the green pepper, and all that garlic, onions. And you can adjust all this to how much steak you have, and that's what I did because I was only using 1 pound of the steak instead of 1.5 pounds. On some stuff, not all of it, mostly the veggies. So 1 tablespoon of this steak sauce. We don't really care for steak sauce, so I'll definitely be making more of these and using that in other recipes. And then the 2 tablespoons of the Worcestershire sauce. And the tomatoes. Giving it a little mix. Get all the air out. So you could either stick this in your freezer or your refrigerator so you have dinner ready for you, either later or during the week. So it's time to make this. And this is going to cook on low for 8 hours. There you go. How you could serve this up is you can grab some rolls, place that down in your rolls, or you can have it over rice. That's what we're gonna do tonight. But you can go get some hoagies and put it in there. And to go with it, I made cornbread in the slow cooker. And if you want to see how I did this, go click on the latest slow cooker video for you. I'll link it, but it's in there. It smells so good. Next, we're gonna make slow cooker sweet and sour meatballs. You'll need 1 red and green bell pepper chopped, along with 1 medium onion chopped, 1 16 to 18 ounce bottle of sweet and sour sauce, or you could do homemade. Today, I'm gonna try out the Kikkoman sweet and sour sauce. I've never tried it, so we're gonna give that a whirl, but I do have a yummy sweet and sour sauce that I make with our sweet and sour chicken. I'll leave that video down below. You'll need 1 cup of pineapple tidbits drained and 1 16 ounce package of frozen fully cooked meatballs, but I'm using a family size bag, which is 48 ounces. If I need to add any more sweet and sour sauce, I do have a second bottle. But I always go for the family size meatballs because they're so good, and every recipe I've made with them, we've gobbled them up. All right, let's assemble this. Now to make this into a freezer meal, you're just gonna add the meatballs and all the ingredients along with the sweet and sour sauce in a gallon Ziploc bag. Take all the air out, make sure you label the bag, throw it in your freezer, you're good to go. Easy dump recipe. Then you'll thaw it out overnight. It's okay if it's still a little frozen because I'm gonna make this normally and I'm using frozen meatballs, so you'll be fine. So just get everything into your slow cooker. These will be great as an appetizer or as a meal, and that's what we're doing tonight for dinner. I'll be serving this over rice and some vegetables. Let's get this sauce in. If there is a sweet and sour sauce that you like to buy at the store, will you please let me know down below? It's something that I don't normally buy. I like the one that I make, but I thought I would give this a shot. I might need that second bottle. If you don't think yours will fit in a gallon Ziploc bag, they do have them where you can put them in a 2-gallon. Like Ziploc sells 2-gallon bags. All right, I am gonna add the second bottle because I'm not gonna save the other half. I don't use it, so it won't get used up. So we'll put this in since this is double than what the recipe calls for. But I still kept the veggies the same. Half my kids won't eat the veggies in this. So during the last hour, you can add the pineapple, but I just threw it all together. Not a big deal. But, so if you don't wanna have to worry about that, especially if you're at work, it's not really a big deal. So you can wait to freeze that, add it in after. You can have your pineapple in a separate bag, frozen inside your gallon bag if you want, but it's not a big deal. It's gonna be just fine. We're gonna cook this on low for 4 hours, and then I'll make up some rice for it. Oh, would you look at that? It tastes so good. That sauce isn't bad at all. Yum, yum, yum. So for a side dish, you could do asparagus, you could do artichoke hearts, you can have a salad, or you could saute up some cabbage. I do have a recipe on that. I'll link it below for you, but you guys, this is delicious. Next, we're gonna make slow cooker sausage and peppers. So you're gonna need about a 12-ounce package of sausage, and I'm gonna cut these in 1/4 pieces. 1 green pepper and 1 red pepper diced. 1 small onion diced. 2 minced garlic cloves, and 1 tablespoon of Italian seasoning. And you're gonna need a can of diced tomatoes, Italian style. I have crushed that I'm using today. So if you want to make this into a freezer meal, put it in your Ziploc bag. Just cut up your sausage, pour your can of tomatoes in with all of this, put it in your freezer, and you're good to go. When you thaw it out, just empty it into your slow cooker and cook on low for 6 to 8 hours. But I'm gonna make this tonight for dinner, so I'm gonna show you after it's been frozen, just basically in the slow cooker and how we eat it. Okay, I have my sausage. I'm just gonna add that in here. All right, I'm gonna add in the peppers, and then the garlic, the onions, and the seasoning. Now, My recipe just says a can. This is a big can. This is 28 ounces. So I'm gonna guess that the recipe is meaning like half of this, like the 14.5 cans. I'll just put the whole thing in. All right, so this is gonna cook on low for 6 to 8 hours. It smells so good. All right, let's assemble this. So you could serve it over rice, pasta, but we're gonna have it in a hoagie roll tonight. Now, after you put this in the hoagie roll, you can also melt some cheese on top, but we're just gonna do this plain. So I'm just using a slotted spoon to get some of that excess tomato juice out. So good. Yum. And I've seen recipes where you can have the peppers sliced and not so much diced or chopped. And there you have it, slow cooker sausage and peppers. Oh, yum. You could put a slice of cheese on there, get it all melty, or have it over rice or pasta. Yum. Enjoy. Well, friends, thank you so much for joining me. If you make something similar, please leave down below what you do, what ingredients you would add, or take these recipes and what would you do differently to them. I would love to hear. Thank you so much for joining me, and we'll see you soon. Bye.